Okay, this video shows how to set up a paper for an English Composition 2 class. The first thing we're going to do is create what we call the header in the upper right corner. So go here to Insert, and then it would make sense to click Header, but because we need a page number, we're actually going to click Page Number. We want it at the top of the page in the upper right corner, so that's the third one down. And then you type your name in front of it and hit the space, and that will create the page number. Now the problem here though is that the font is incorrect. In MLA format you can only use Times New Roman font. So if we highlight this, a little box comes open. We're going to change it to Times New Roman 12 font. Okay, we can close the header. And now we're going to create the heading. Okay, so you type in your name. Again, the font is incorrect, so let's change this to Times New Roman. And it should stay that way for the rest of the paper. The next thing we're going to do, it could even be before you type your name, we need to double space. The entire essay needs to be double spaced, beginning with the heading. So here we're going to go to line spacing and change it to double. Now I'm not sure why Microsoft Word created this default setting, but it automatically adds a space between paragraphs, and we don't want that. It's not MLA format, so you need to click this Don't Add Space Between Paragraphs of the Same Style. Why is it letting me click this? All right, we'll come back to that. Okay, so the next thing you type in is my name. I get Miss May, I get all kinds of versions of that. Professor May is the appropriate title. And then type in the course name. It's English Composition 2. You should use the Roman numeral for 2. And then the date. Now, there's only one way to type the date in MLA format. And it's like this. 25th, we'll do February. And the year. Okay, there are so many ways to type the date, but there's only one way that's correct in MLA format. We don't abbreviate the month. We don't put 2/25/21 or any other version of that. Okay, now the essay needs a title. So we're going to click here to center the title. And so often students title their paper whatever the assignment is. So response paper 2, or something to that effect. And that's not appropriate. Your title needs to reflect something that you're going to address in your paper. So I'm going to title this Predators in the story this one is on is Ray Bradbury's The Felt. Okay, the title of the short story is in quotation marks, and I've chosen here to put the author and the title of the short story in the title of my essay. You don't have to. A student who did this essay called it Felt of Vice or something to that effect, which is clever, and that's fine. But I'm choosing to put the author and the short story. Now we're going to go back to the left alignment, and we tab to begin. Every paragraph needs to be tabbed a ½ inch. Make sure that your tab is set to a ½ inch. A lot of times we go down here to tabs. I've default set mine to 0.5. It may be set to 0.25. If so, you need to change that. Okay? I actually have some text from a student paper I'm going to paste in here now. And let's look at some issues here. Okay, so even if you've got the author's name and the title of the short story in the title of your essay, your first paragraph still needs to introduce the author and the title of the short story. Keep in mind that titles of short stories and poems are in quotation marks. Titles of major works like novels or plays or even movies are italicized. Okay. Note that the title of the essay is not bold, it's not underlined. There's no additional space between the date, the title, and the first line of the essay. Let's read the first line here. The student has Ray Bradbury's timeless classic, The Felt, is both an unraveling of human nature and a warning of everlasting importance. Now they have the author's name spelled wrong here. Bradbury's short story begins with a conversation between George and Lydia Hadley, the family's happy life home, and so on. I'm not going to read the essay to you, but just a couple things to note. Please spell the author's name correctly. That's quite a common error that I see in many essays. And also the opening line, students often struggle with how to open an essay, and I'll create another video later that discusses that.